You know, what you have to realize is it's not easy. It's not easy to be positive every day, to go against negativity every day, to impose self discipline on yourself every day. It's not easy. If it were easy, 95% of the people in the world who are living beneath their God given capacity, they're not living up to expectation of themselves, not outside influence or anything. If it was easy, these people would do it. These people would do it. The people who would always say, I'm not happy in what I'm doing. I want to change. I have this talent. But the people who they always argue for their own limitation. They always tell you, I'm gonna do this and this, but you know, they say when you start arguing for your limitation, you tend to keep it. Just like they say, you can never become more than what you see yourself as. So the people who go against negativity, the people who can do that every day are the 5%. These are the 5%. These are the people who can stand up and say, of course, I know there's negativity in the world, but I'm willing to go against it. I'm willing to self-impose on myself. I'm willing to declare on myself that these are my goals and I'm going to go after them. Those are the people, those are part of the 5%. You know, they say our minds are just like the earth. The earth, like, you know, if you want to plant flowers on the earth, you have to constantly water it, you know, put some fertilizer, whatever. But weed, if you have weed, we just grow naturally. You don't even actually have to water weed or nothing. We just grow. So naturally, as human, negativity will just come to you. You have to constantly try to guard your flower, trying to wet it, trying to, water it, trying to get rid of the weeds. This is how you have to protect your consciousness, your mind, your thought, the people who you associate with. Where are they leading you to? 5 years from now, where are you going to end up? The people who you're associating with, where are they now? This is self-imposed discipline. You have to self-impose this onto yourself. 95% of the world population are those who always says, but I will get to it, but I will do this, but I will do that, or when this happens, or when that happens, or if I can change this, or if I can change that, my life will become different. But the thing is, you shouldn't be part of that. You are not that. You are a person who self-imposes in yourself and say, I'm going to make a change and this is my plan. And every day, gradually, little by little, step by step, I'm going to work out this plan. It's like someone who goes to the gym. Someone goes to the gym once a year and they lift the biggest weights. And then the next time you see them in the gym is next year. They're never gonna make any improvement like that. But if you go to the gym every day or 3 times a week and you lift just 5 kg or 10 kg, over a period of 1 year, you would see the progression. These are the little steps that we need in our life to grow, to improve, to become something. But the most difficult thing is the self-imposed discipline, to be able to do the same thing every day, repeatedly, knowing that you are growing, even when you can see the result, even when an outsider can see the result. But you're putting in the work every day, little by little, step by step. Life doesn't give you what you want. You have to face failures every single day, negativities every single day, challenges every single day. Sometimes failures actually put you in the place, they make you believe you can never get out alive. Like, this is you are failed, this is your portion in life. Why do you need to change? And most people accept this. Most people take this to become the norm. They say to themselves, why try? I've been trying so many times, I can never get out of this moment. Why make any difference? Why change? But the thing is, those who get to the top are those who see negativity and say, well, I have to try. I cannot accept this. I would make a change in my life. This is where life wants you, to hold you in that place where you submit to it. It's like a master. How many masters have you seen that freely will allow the workers to become like them? They're willing to pay you a sustainable wage to keep you in the same position. But how many masters would you see that are willing to let you become a partner, let you become same as them? Then who's going to work the fields? Who's going to clean the houses? Who's going to clean the roofs? Who's going to take out the trash? If everyone start being able to afford the luxury in life, who's going to serve who? That's what life is. Life is trying to put in that place where you become a servant. You have to intentionally impose on yourself, saying, no, I am more than this. No, I am more than this. I haven't come to this life just to be this. I am more than this. And it's not just about the declaration, the word of mouth. It's about the action. It's about the activity. It's about the discipline. It's about the consistency. Another thing people mistake is work. They always say, work hard, work hard, work hard. And one thing I want to tell you is, like, some of the hardest working people in this world are the poorest. I know this for a reason. My dad was one of the hardest working person, but we grew up poor. Why? That's because working hard does not necessarily transfer into wealth, into riches. No. Because most time, hard workers are actually working someone else's plan. They're executing someone else's plan. They're carrying out someone else's laid out plan. So hard workers most time are never working their own plan. The most time they're in the field working for someone else. And they get paid per hour, per whatever. They are never the thinkers. Hard workers are never the thinkers. They are majority the workers. They do from A to Z, they get paid, they go sleep, next day they carry on. You can check this for yourself. Check your environment, check people around you. The hard workers, those who put in the longest hours, are usually not the richest. Why? Because they are basically they've become a tool. They've become a tool to execute a plan for the thinkers. That's why you have to think. That's why you have to personally develop yourself. You have to. There's something they call personal development. Personal development. I don't like to talk about motivation because you cannot motivate another person. Most time because they can see what you can see. I've tried. You see a dream for someone, you're trying to sell it to them, you're trying to tell them how they can go from A to B, but they're not ready for that. They, as they say, you can take a horse to a stream, but you can't make it drink. So it's not about motivation. A motivated fool, or a fool that's motivated, becomes a motivated fool. A poor person that's motivated becomes a motivated poor person. It's simple. But you can inspire people. People could see what you're doing, like, yes, if that person could do this, I can do that. That's inspiration. But it's up to everyone to personally develop themselves. They say most people stop learning after they get out of high school, because therefore there's no one to push them, no one to force them, no one to enforce the discipline that they learn. And after that, they're like, well, I don't have to learn anymore. This is my fine. I mean, even when I went to high school, when most people, when they left, they said, this is the last day I'm going to sit an exam again. Why? Because for them, it's a chore. They never see learning as a way of increasing their wealth. They just see work, work, work. But whose plan are they working on? Whose plan are they executing? Whose plan are they carrying out? Not theirs. They only get a percentage of their whole energy, power, activity, outcome, output, a percentage of their own resources. That's what they get. That's what it's like working someone else's plan. The wise people always say, if you don't have a plan of your own, you become part of someone else's plan. It's simple. If you're always saying, but, you will keep being in that but. Why? Because you are arguing for your own limitation. You've bought your own limitation. Now you're in a place where you're comfortable. Some people say, a lot of people disagree. But I tend to think this is true. They say, a lot of people are where they are because that's where they really want to be. And you're like, why? That's not true. Why would I be poor? Because I really want to be poor. That's because if you follow the step, if you follow the action, if you see your activity day by day, week by week, month by month, if you even look at your activity for the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years, what has changed? It's not about what you say from your mouth. It's about what you do, activity, what you can prove. So most people are where they are because that is where they actually want to be. Most people, when they look at why going back to learn something, they're like, oh man, I can't do that. Man, that's just not me. The minute you keep saying this is not me, that's not me, I can't do that, you are choosing to be where you are, where you currently are, because your action from the past year have kept you there. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing has brought any marginal change to your life. But every day, I'm sure you pray, you sing, you worship, but your activities have not changed. Wealth comes from executed plan, especially executed personal, imposed, executed plan. That's where wealth comes from. Doing something, growing something of your own, or in collaboration with people who are like-minded. But limitation is set. We set our own limitation. We set our own limitation the minute we keep saying, I can't do this, it's not for me. We are choosing to be where we are. We are comfortable where we're. Even if we will never admit it, we are okay being how we are. A lot of people throw in a towel and take on poverty because it's harder, or it's easier for them to accept poverty than to educate themselves, work hard, read, study, travel, see things. It's easier for them to, take the pity play than to go out every day and give it 100%. So they said life doesn't give us what we want or what we wish, but what we desire through our effort, through our services. So if you're one of those people who always thinks you're just praying, you're wishing, just ask yourself, for the 5 past years, what have I done differently from what I'm doing today? What have I changed? Who have I spoken to? What have I taken to even increase my skill in any field? And then you begin to see that you've actually chosen to be at the same spot you have been for the last 5 years.